Do you ever think about, okay, like, the whole concept of Eeyore to begin with is like, okay, they named this donkey after the sound that he makes. Like, Eeyore is the sound a donkey, Eeyore, Eeyore, you know, that's the sound a donkey makes, right? Well, what if somebody, like, called you, like, bada 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 bada, like they made, like, a sound, like, in their mind, the sound that a human being makes when they talk, you know? And then they made that your name. Like, oh, here comes you know, like, it's fucking insulting. That's a fucking insult. And just to begin with, they freaking, you know, gave him an insult as a name. That's his identity, a fucking insult. They named him the sound that he makes because he's a donkey. What the fuck's up with that? It's just fucking foul play from the fucking get-go. You know? It's not like church, you know, where like if you don't go along with celebrating Jesus Christ's birthday, like people are going to be highly offended, you know, and they're going to want to, like, you know, stab you in the stomach or whatever, you know, or damn you to eternal damnation and punishment in hell or whatever, you know, whatever it is that they want to do to you if you don't go along with, you know, their idea of what a party is supposed to be, or what the concept of the party is supposed to be, or whatever, you know. So I don't have to fucking celebrate, you know, like, okay, you go to fucking Orthodox Christian church, you better celebrate fucking Jesus Christ's birthday the way they tell you it's supposed to be celebrated, or you're gonna get damned to fucking hell. But if I go to yours birthday party and not celebrate yours birthday, nobody fucking cares, nobody gives a fuck. That's the difference between Eeyore's birthday and Jesus Christ. The first time we went out to Need Peace, there was a dude named Luke that was having a birthday party, and we ate red velvet cake for his birthday party, and we all sang happy birthday to him. And there was a YouTube video, at Facebook, something like that. The video, Luke said that the video is still up on the internet with everybody singing happy birthday to him. And then I'm in the video. And I ran into Luke. He was telling me this at the last Eeyore's unbirthday after party, full moon, Eve drum circle at Texas Music Ranch that we just went to, the last one we went to. Yeah, I ran into Luke there. He had like blue hair, and he was hanging out with Jackalope, because Jackalope just lost his phone. His phone was on the ground, and it kept ringing, and I was like, whose phone is this? And I picked it up and looked at it, and it said Jackalope. So I put it in my pocket, and I started wandering around. I saw him. I said, Jeremy. He turned around and said, held out the phone and said, Hal, I've been looking for that. And then Luke was with him. And then Luke started telling me, you were in my birthday. I was like, I was in your birthday? And he was like, yeah, the birthday party out at Need Peace, that was my birthday party. I was like, oh yeah, I remember Luke, right? And he's like, yeah. So, see, I didn't forget Luke. I didn't forget Luke's birthday party. Fuck Eeyore, though. I don't even know who that is. I never even met Eeyore. He's probably some asshole. He's probably that dude that's always like moping around. He's always like fucking depressed, and he's like self-loathing all the time, like I suck, and you know, and life sucks, and nobody fucking cares, and everything's fucking negative, everybody complains. You know, the kind of person that you just want to fucking like, you know, load a gun and point it right at his fucking face and fucking blow his fucking brains out, you know, for him, you know, because he doesn't have the fucking intelligence to do it for himself, you know, like that kind of person, you know. doesn't have the fucking integrity to fucking pull themselves out of their own fucking lethargy on their own, you know, and orient their freaking attention to something that works, you know. That's probably who Eeyore is. Fuck Eeyore. Anybody that makes any fucking reference whatsoever to Eeyore, I told Juan, I said, from this point forward, it's just reinventing his funeral, you know? So that's why he was like, at last party, he was like, has anybody even seen Eeyore? I haven't seen him in 4 months. I'm gonna show you something. Pine trees, that Craig taught me this. Okay, all the needles are you know, you can make tea. He said every part of a pine tree is consumable by the human body. And pine trees are food. And okay, so these things that stick out at the tips, those are food. You could just eat these, and they have, like, he said, what do they call them? Free radicals, or whatever you call those things in your body that attacks the bad cells or whatever. So, yeah, there's that. It tastes really, it tastes like you're chewing on a lemon peel, kind of. Kind of bitter. Not as bitter, and like, because if you chew on a lemon peel or a lime peel, you got that, like, citrus oil. It's really highly acidic, and you're actually not supposed to chew on lemon peels because of that. But this stuff isn't dangerous to your teeth or your mouth. These all bare ground. I actually really barrels and barrels and barrels full of this pine and leaf mulch. So I could throw it on the ground like so, and get around and rake it over the bare dirt so that I'm stepping in the middle or walking on the mulch. So that's what I'm doing today. Surrounding this entire new house that's been built with this mulch. So the reason that Pope Robert Anton Wilson is so important is because he's basically like the leading authority on anti-mind control media, most of which is banned by the mainstream media, of course, which is there to control your mind. So, Pope Robert Anton Wilson, praise Bob, everything that he does is geared towards breaking the control that the media has on you permanently. That's the plan.
give you control of your own experience, of your own mind, of your own thoughts, of your own autonomy, your own free will, your own identity. That's the life work of Pope Robert Anton Wilson, praise Bob. That's what he does. So, I was ordained in the Church of the Subgenius, praise Bob, by Reverend Ivan Stang in like 1992 or something. Yeah, 1992. That's when I was officially ordained a minister. In the Church of Bob. And I haven't really been that actively involved in the church because I didn't really see the need, really. I mean, at this point, I got what I needed out of it personally, and so I don't need to go around proselytizing, I don't need to go around like, getting people to freaking, get cliquey with me and my church and all that shit, it's not necessary. It's just, for me, it was just like a template, a structure for, information to be disseminated. Basically a medium for the delivery of information that is useful and beneficial. A lot of networking activity goes on in the church. It basically routes people to information that they need. A lot of libraries, which is very beneficial and essential, is the enablement of people to have access to their books. To their books. So, yeah, I'm technically no longer a member of the Subgenius Church or the Discordian Church, because the Discordian Church and the Subgenius Church, of course, are entirely comprised of people that are not members and not followers, so obviously it's kind of like the Tao, Taoism, like any true Taoist will deny being a Taoist, because that's a label, and you can't put a label on a Taoist, because that's attachment. That's something, that you project onto, or attempt to project onto somebody else. So, the whole concept of like genius, like what the hell is a genius anyway? Somebody that's smarter than everybody else, or what? I mean, the concept of the subgenius is that you can be, your intelligence level could be far, far, far below genius, but as a subgenius, you're better. You're a better person than someone who's smarter than you, that's not a subgenius. Because that what you know is true. You know that everything you know is true. That's what makes a subgenius a subgenius. You are subscribed to the awareness that everything you know is true. You're not lying to yourself. That's what a subgenius is. Praise Bob. this. I found this next to a rat trap here in this drawer here. I stuck my hand back here because I was feeling around trying to find something, and like my finger got stuck in the rat trap, and then I like went to slap it off, and I slapped that thing, and I picked it up, and I was like, what is this? It's a tiny little crock pot. It's just got like enough space to cook one meal, and I just cooked like 1 cup of kratom worth of wild water in it, and then I put this quinoa. Wait, where's the? Hold on a second, the quinoa's at the bottom, but the quinoa's now already cooked kind of thoroughly. You see there, but I decided I wanted to chop all this extra stuff all up into here. There's peppers and all this new stuff he gave me, zucchini and garlic. Some of that yam up in here, and there's actual potatoes over there too, like russets, and he's got these yellow ones too that are like yellow on the inside. I forgot what you call those, potatoes, butter, I don't know, they're yellow on the inside, they have more of a creamy taste. So there's that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and let that cook for a while. That's my dinner. It's like a little lid. Salad, I guess. I can only eat so much. Like, my appetite is still short because of all the smoking. It makes you eat a lot less. You have a lot less of an appetite when you're a smoker, and that's why I'm not fat. Is because I'm fucking killing my appetite with cigarettes. But that's not a healthy way to stay trim, right? So just now is what I'm doing here, doing the vegan thing, getting everything together. Here's all my supplies. I made some jewelry here. I already have these 2 I made so far, and I haven't made anything today yet. I'm just fucking relaxing right now because I'm working all day. So stop, I'm sitting down and just playing the ukulele for like an hour just now. Just relax my mind. I'm gonna go back outside because it's still kind of hot in the trailer. Oh wait, now I have to actually go back in again. I have to turn the light off because I have to follow the rules. Always pay real close attention. All the rules when I'm woofing because I want to get my 5-star, you know? My 5-star rating. Always get 5-star ratings at work. Fucking he goes, he came out and he was like, oh, that looks really good. He said, I forgot what a good worker you are. I was like, alright. Because at first he was like, when he was wanting me to, put mulch around the house, he was like, God, just pick it up from this little pile right here. I was like, well, that pile's gonna run out. I was like, let me get a barrel and a fork, and then I can just like do the whole house and at an accelerated rate of production. And he's like, oh, actually, well, I do have a barrel and a fork. Here you go. So I got the barrel and the fork, and I just fucking knocked that shit out and put all the mulch everywhere he wanted it to be. And now I'm walking down this trail. I have some other videos like that I had made here last time I was here, like a few years back, whatever. And there was more water in there. What happened there? What the hell? There was way more water in there. This was like this lake, this little pond lake, whatever you call this here. The water came all the way up to right past this, where this log is laying over here. And now it's like really fucking dry. It's like fucking bone dry. Water's like, wait, the water used to come up to right here where my foot is. Boom, right there. The water came all the way here. Now look at this. What happened here? Fuck if I know. Anyway, I'm gonna walk back over here. Some of these trees that are knocked over right here, like, I dragged them over here after freaking sawing them down, like last time I was here. So like a lot of this stuff is still here, decomposing or just drying up or whatever, you know, to turn into firewood later. There was a campsite up here that I helped build, like up this trail right here. Like, see these two little rails right here? They're supposed to be like it's supposed to be like a hallway that leads to this camping area, and it was supposed to be like, oh fuck, this is so strange. So there was supposed to be like benches, and I was supposed to build like this like enclosed area over here. And I don't know what happened to this area here. It's kind of messy. I had taken all the rocks. They're all over right here, and I had pushed them all out of the way so that somebody could make like a stone circle fire pit and a spot to pitch a tent, and like places to walk or not stumble on rocks. Also, going around this corner here, there was another spot that was part of the camp that I was helping build, but like now it looks like, I guess, it got weathered to where, oh, here's another spot. Okay, yeah, this is the spot where I had cleared a lot of rocks. And there was supposed to be a place here, somewhere around here. People were staying here, and they were camping. There were campers that came. They were not staying in any of the buildings or trailers. They were camping, and they wanted to camp. They came with camping gear, and they're like, "Do you have a place for us to camp?" I said, "Yeah, I have this spot," and this was it. This was it over here. So there's a fire ring there, a tiny little fire ring they made. And over here, I guess it goes back to another trail. But see, there's camping out here. It's just like rare that I don't know what the circumstances are that he permits campers to come, because it's not like the campers are different than the woofers. Like, he doesn't ever have woofers that are campers. I don't remember why he had those campers. I'm going this way. That's where we're going. Yopon. This property is also riddled with Yopon. So, yeah, this is definitely an oasis. It's relieving to be in the company of a host that, first of all, doesn't fuck with you. Like, he just wants you to just, you know, put in your hours, and then he goes into his own space, and he doesn't come out and mess around, like, trying to call your attention for stuff. Like, once you're on your time, you're on your time. He doesn't ask you for nothing, for your attention for any reason, unless he's giving you something. Like, he brought me a bunch of more stuff. He just brought more, like, vegetables and potatoes and zucchinis and peppers and garlic and a bunch of different stuff. He gave me some almonds, and he gave me some quinoa, and he gave me this, that, the other, you know. He just dropped it off and he left again, though. He wouldn't try to, like, you know, burden me with his, you know, noise or anything. And also this host, you know, recognizes and respects, like, my actual identity. He remembers me by my legal name, which is what I was using last time I was here. But he still addresses me by my actual name that I'm using at this time, which is my name, you know. So, like, it took him a whole second to adjust, like, cause he's like, and he didn't, like, accidentally call me by my legal name. He just, like, started for saying, he's like, Adrian. He's like, sorry, it took me a minute to reorient. So this guy's cool, you know. I mean, I've known people that would like still call me like weird names, you know, that they remembered me by because that's how I originally introduced myself to them at one time, and then like the day changed or whatever, or something happened, and like a different person, and then like, but they're still trying to call me the name from the past that doesn't make any sense anymore or whatever. You know? I had people in Abilene call me Frog, you know, for so long. Van would never stop calling me Frog, even though my name wasn't Frog anymore for years after like I stopped going by Frog. Except for Van, except for when I saw Van. Frog! So what's up, Van? Nice to see you. I'm still Frog, you know, but like Van was the only person that was left that remembered that I was Frog, and then he died. So what else about this place? The blackberries are growing all over right here, right about where I'm standing. Somewhere over here. No, a couple more steps over here actually. So I always have blackberries. I always have access to blackberries. There's more over there if I follow this trail. Go on that. No, I think. Wait, which way? Yeah, this way. Where I was just going. If I keep following that trail that way, there's not a spot where there's a whole fucking shit ton of blackberries. Over by the other house. Oh, and there's like this place. If I follow this trail again, all the way down past the house, there's like a spot where there's like a creek that comes off of this like lake or pond or whatever this is here, and there's a creek that goes, and then there's like a part where the trail goes runs into it, and there's like all these like really serene places back there where you can just hang out and like you don't hear any sound except for the crickets and serenity, just the decomposing things around you and the animals and whatever, crickets, birds, frogs, whatever. I'm not saying the kids, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying the kids shouldn't have Eeyore's birthday party, and that we should take Eeyore's birthday party away from the kids, because Eeyore's birthday party means something to a lot of those kids. They're oblivious to the darkness of it, you know. So just leave them alone, you know. They're not my kids. It's not my position, it's not my business to fuck with those kids. I'm just saying, man. I'm not them. I'm not Eeyore's birthday party. Come on, little drum. At the monkey tree. I ain't celebrating Eeyore's birthday. I don't fuck about Eeyore. People are there to experience the rhythm of life. Eeyore don't mean shit. The drum, they play the horns, shake the shakers, bring chips, they make friends with each other. What the fuck has Eeyore got to do with it? Some of them read Winnie the Pooh or saw cartoons or movie or whatever when they were kids, and they can have a little club or whatever, you know, it's fine. Let's go celebrate Eeyore's birthday over here, whatever. Call me on it. may or may not like my input, because I'm gonna frickin' tell you what my input is on that. So, maybe just keep the Eeyore kids away from me, you know. One of my friends at Morton West High School in Berlin, he wore pajamas to school. Daily. He would go to school wearing pajamas. He was smart though. He was passing his classes. But he walked around school in the hallways and in good classes wearing pajamas. And if you lifted up his sleeve on his left leg, his entire shin from his knee down to his ankle was covered. This was the coolest tattoo I ever saw. It was Winnie the Pooh nailed to the fucking cross. It was Winnie the Pooh crucified. Fucking thorns on his head and blood fall on his face from the cuts, the thorns on his head, and the nails and the holes in the hands and the blood. It was fucking Winnie the Pooh Christ or whatever. He's fucking Pooh nailed to the cross. But it was done really well. Whoever this tattoo artist that did this was like really good. It didn't look like a mess. It wasn't sloppy. It was like really pretty. I was like, shit, man. If you didn't do that, I would have fucking done it, because that's so fucking pretty. But now I can't do it because you did it and I'd be a copycat. You know, that would be fucking lame. When you're done crucified Winnie the Pooh on your leg and you walk around in fucking school wearing fucking pajamas, and you're a fucking senior. You're getting taken seriously by the people that fucking matter. You gotta show respect, you know, for some shit like that, right? Then, you know, like, chronologically speaking, if you go down like the timeline and you look at what happened, you know, what happened to Eeyore's birthday, it ended in the fucking plague. Well, because that's what it was from the beginning, but then that's how it ended, you know, like, so like why would I want to recreate that? You know, I mean, I didn't create it. I wasn't the one that created it to begin with, but I called it out. I said, look what you guys are doing, you know, like, you're all freaking chomping each other out, and it's a fucking rat race and a fucking disease, you know, like the whole fucking thing, you know, and like, and then people started complaining, you know, like, people are coming to freaking look at the, you know, the attendees as if they're like, you know, circus monkeys or whatever, you know, like you were even saying, like, it got sad, you know. I mean, and my argument is that it always was, you know, but you know, if you see something for what it is, you know, from the freaking get-go, you can see. I mean, if you're psychic, you know, you can see certain. You have a certain range of perception, I guess, or like a certain ability to just see things at face value. You know, what the fuck is an Eeyore? It's the sound the donkey makes. Okay, that's fine. You know, it's the name of the donkey. Okay, they gave the donkey the name, the sound that he makes as a name. Okay, so now it's this like insulted freaking donkey. That's his whole identity is just to be everybody's fucking chump. You know, and you know, like it was. You know, I guess it was the people that didn't really think about that. Didn't really get it, you know, like, to them, it's just like this great party, and I understand that, you know, it's like, everybody's having fun. Are they really, though? I mean, everybody's freaking, you know, having fun at whose expense, you know? At someone else's expense, you know, there has to be, like, some shared chump, or nigger, or just some shared, like, freaking inferior being or person or whatever that everybody's having a party at their expense. about, like, I did remember my friend's birthday after all. No, it's I did remember my friend's birthday after all because he's a fucking chump, and we're all having a fucking party and laughing behind his back and making a big fucking brouhaha over how, we remembered fucking Eeyore's birthday, haha, like, it's just a sad fucking show. It's just the whole thing, and maybe, there was places in time where people dismissed that, part of it, that element, that whole conceptual, terminal, element of it was just sort of seen past or dismissed or whatever, and they all had a good time because they're having a party and they made personal connections, and they made friends, and then, there was like the good things, the good side of things, but ultimately, Eeyore is fucking Walt Disney. He's owned by fucking Disney along with Pooh and fucking Piglet and all the whole crew, And Walt Disney is fucking bad news. Fucking Disney is really, really fucking bad news. If I could single-handedly fucking burn Disney World to the ground, I would. Because it's like the hub of the capitalist empire. You go to Disney World and you suddenly see it. You get it. You're there. You're standing there. You're like, just kind of step back out of it. Step backwards and see shit for what it is for just a whole minute. Look around and see what's actually fucking going on there in Disney World. It's a nightmare, but it's fascinating at the same time. It's really interesting to go to a place like that to get perspective on how close to fucking hell you really are, or what, just what things are, what it is, what that is, what it's there for. I'm done with it, and I've fucking been done with it from fucking day one. When I was a little kid, I fucking killed Mickey Mouse and freaking permanently separated and divorced my biological parents as a result. I handed my father a piece of paper. Him and my mom were talking to each other, and I said lapicero. And he looked at me like, huh? I said, por favor, lapicero. And I made a writing gesture. It means, please give me a pen. And he got a pen and he gave it to me. He was like, my 1.5-year-old baby is asking me for a pen. Let's see what happens here, He put the pen in front of me, and he put a piece of paper in front of me, and I drew a skull with Mickey Mouse ears on it and handed it back to him. And after that, everything went straight to fucking hell. My mom and dad separated and divorced. They couldn't see eye to eye with each other anymore. And my dad knew what he saw, what I said, and she didn't. What's cool though, what's actually cool about Eeyore's birthday party is that the people that people that are involved with Eeyore's birthday party, know me, and they don't have a problem with me, and they're not trying to get me to participate with them in Eeyore's birthday party. So, I'm able to actually coexist with the people that are the Eeyore's birthday party people. But see, they know that, they just know not to get me involved with it. But I can coexist and cohabitate with them in the same space, But I'm not celebrating Eeyore's birthday. And they don't take it personally. And I don't take it personally that they're celebrating Eeyore's birthday.
Because they're not trying to fucking cross me, and they're not trying to coerce me into freaking into going along with anything. You know, that's what's cool about Eeyore's birthday. It's like, I don't have to give a fuck about Eeyore or his birthday. I don't have to fucking care. Like, nobody gives a fuck if I give a fuck or not about Eeyore's birthday. That's what's cool about Eeyore's birthday party. That's the coolest thing about it. Really. Alright, so I'm digging this trench, right? Not anymore, I just took a break. I told them I had to stop. I got 1 more hour left and I gotta finish weeding over here. But I'm digging this trench with a planter shovel, right? And this is what he wanted me to do. There's a layer of dirt, topsoil, black topsoil dirt, like that thick, and the rest of it is clay, right? He wants me to separate the clay from the dirt and put the dirt on one side of the trench and the clay on the other side of the trench. There's no way to do this because as soon as I get a shovel full, it's all clay, and the dirt all just got thrown in with it. Well, he wants me to pull out the dirt or something with my hands and then put it on the side. I'm like, you gotta be fucking shitting me, man. No, but he was fucking serious. I got lost in the forest again. Trying to get back to my place from this house here. I forgot the path. Went down the wrong one again. What was I just gonna say? Oh, do you know of, so that recipe you gave me with the turmeric and the black pepper, is there like an alternate version without black pepper? Just out of curiosity. Because I'm not supposed to habitually consume black pepper. I'm not supposed to make a routine, a pattern out of black pepper consumption. So that's not really gonna work for too long. I did it a couple times, but it just kind of occurred to me that I'm not supposed to do that with black pepper. It's one of those things that I'm not supposed to make a pattern with. So I found my path here, finally. You see the path? There it is. It's the road to success. I told Craig that I was going to give him one of my necklaces. So I'll go do that. Find the necklace that I feel like he deserves to have before I go vanishing out there. I'm gonna have to say something, if something came up, family emergency, whatever. Instead of just disappearing with no word, just to tell him something. Before I go. At some point. Or send him a text message or something. At least do that, send a text. If he doesn't, walk up while I'm packing home and shit. Throw one else in the car. Slowly past the pretty campsites over here, and the pretty lake over here. Canoes. This is kind of a bum trip, why this fucking shit always seems to. Well, there's flags came up before, I should have known,
Alright, I had a little trailer to stay in. I had 5 structured work days, starting at 10 o'clock a.m., ending at 5 o'clock p.m. with 1 hour lunch break in between. Had a freezer to keep my grapefruit seeds in. And I was isolated. I was away from the city. And away from all the other, any other distractions and whatever. But something fucking went off, something went wrong, because like, so today he says, since this is the coolest day, and the ground is wet because it rained all night, he said, I need a trench dug from right here, and he drew a line. It was like 100 feet. I was like, I do trenching. I'm good at trenching. You have a trenching shovel? I was like, yeah, I got all kinds of different shovels. I was like, well, I just need a pickaxe and a trenching shovel. So he shows me his shovels and puts some shovels out. I was like, okay. I was like, alright, this is the closest thing. And I grab it. Planter shovel. He did not have a trenching shovel. This guy didn't have a trenching shovel. He wanted me to dig a trench without a trenching shovel. Understand? The closest thing is a planter shovel, right? I can dig a trench out with a planter shovel, but it's going to take like 5 times as long to do it with a planter shovel. It just won't work, to do with, without the right tool. So I asked him, I said, can I donate a trenching shovel? I'll buy it. They're not expensive. So where do I get that? I was like, at the hardware store, wherever they sell shovels, man. I got those at any hardware store. I was like, well, I'm not going out to the hardware store today. I was like, that's alright. But it was his response was really dismissive, like, why can't you just do what you got? Well, I can. I'll do it, but it's very energy inefficient. It's going to take me, like I said, it's going to take me 6 times as long. I can do this 6 times faster with the correct tool, I just plan on showing him a picture of his trenching shovel on the internet like he never saw before. I was like, how long have you had this farm, man? This thing cuts the dirt, pulls the freaking dirt out of the trench, and it does this really fast, and it's designed in a way to where I don't have to constantly slouch over and bend over every single time I want to shovel the dirt up out of the damn trench. The handle goes like this and the shovel goes like this, so I can just pull it up without having to constantly bend over every single time. And overwork myself and overexert myself and have to take more breaks, etc., It's like he wasn't getting it, He wasn't getting it. It's like, whatever, man. Then the frickin' freezer goes off. I was like, dude, I cannot let these frickin' grapefruit seeds spoil. I spent $600 on those grapefruits to hand extract the seeds from them. He's like, can't you just get a grapefruit seed extract? I was like, no, the whole grapefruit seeds contain the enzyme. If the grapefruit seed extract does not contain the enzyme that I need that's inside of the whole grapefruit seed. If I could have just got grapefruit seed extract, obviously that's what I would have did. But that's not what I needed. So I was like, well, this is rare. This doesn't happen. Just the fuse flipped or whatever. So he turned it back on. He fixed it. Managed to get it in time. And the freezer started refreezing and everything. So my grapefruit seeds didn't spoil. But at that point I was like, well, how often does this fucking happen? I didn't say that out loud to him, Which was obviously that way I didn't really give a fuck, but this is my problem. This is my problem, not his, that I need a freezer to freaking store medicine. that I paid a lot of money and did a lot of work to freaking obtain, you know. So I was like, fuck this. Fuck this. Made a call, packed up my shit, and fucking disappeared. So I can't be like losing $600 worth of money and however long it took me, the work that I put into extracting all those seeds. You know. Because I asked him, I said, look, if this freezer goes out, man, I said, do you have a freezer, another freezer that I can stash this in the meantime? No response, man. I just like, ignorant, you know. I was like, well, look, the last doctor, reason I'm doing this, the last doctor that I fucking talked to in Hartford City told me that a small abnormality was detected in my liver on the x-ray, and I was supposed to follow through with it, but I did not follow through with it. I'm doing this instead. I was supposed to follow through and get seen and checked to see if there wasn't cancer. He's like, well, it's a good thing you didn't follow through with it, because they probably would have killed you. It's like, I'm aware of that. That's why I'm doing this. I know what the medical system does. They fucking chart you into your fucking grave so that they can fucking make money. That's their job. That's what their job is to do. It's such a fucking honor to talk to the president and all that shit, right? But I know what to fucking do, man. I did. So yeah, I had to fucking bail, man. I only was there for 3 days. I was gonna. It sucks because this guy. Otherwise, if it wasn't for that, this guy's cool. You know, he'll freaking go out of his way to give me everything that I freaking ask for. He'll give me a list of. He'll have me give him a list of foods that I want. You know, a grocery list, and he'll go buy everything. He'll buy everything I put on the list. I have like a never-ending supply of good food and regular work to keep myself active. But yeah, I didn't fuck that. I can't afford to lose those fucking seeds. I paid money for that shit. So I left. I don't have time for that bullshit, man. I have other sources. They're secure, you know. What I was trying to do was save money instead of paying rent. You know, my roommate here, I have to visit her house. I gotta pay her rent if I'm staying here. It's not very high, but I was just trying to save that money. That's why I went out there. And there isn't as much work to do around here, so I'm not as active. I kind of sit around. But at least what I accomplished was I initiated that diet plan that I've been meaning to get around to, because I was smoking and shit like that, and I decided I'd go out there because tobacco is not allowed and meat is not allowed, so he only provides vegan fare for his farmhands, you know. So I was like, this is a perfect scenario, man. You know, there's nothing even around here that I could even be tempted with. No tobacco, no meat, you know. So I could have 30 days, 45 days, whatever. I have to do this thing for 45. Oh, I came back. I can still do this on my own, but at least I started it. That going there created the initiative, you know, for me to start. So I can't like flake now because I already started eating the grapefruit seeds, so I have to follow through now, you know. I can do that here. That's fine. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do here now. Maybe you already looked this up, maybe you already knew about this, but I'm coming here to this Wikipedia page about Eeyore's birthday party. Just to offer some perspective on exactly what happened here. This is what I destroyed. I buried this frickin' event in the ground. And I had sent them mail in the past, like a few years back, basically warning them that I was going to do this. To the head administration, the people that ran the thing. So it wasn't like this came out of the freaking shadows or anything. But I'm just gonna go ahead and read this Wikipedia page. Okay, Eeyore's birthday party is a day-long festival. No, it's not. This thing went on for days. It went on for an entire weekend and then some. People would show up and just start this thing before it was supposed to start, and then it would end long after it was supposed to end. I mean, there were literally just thousands of people that would attend this thing, and it's been going on since the early 60s, right? It says right here, look. Right, information that Wikipedia is giving you is okay. Eeyore's birthday party is a day-long festival taking place annually in Austin, Texas since 1963. It typically occurs on the last Saturday of April in Austin's Pease District Park. It includes live music, food and drink vending, which benefit local non-profit organizations, attendees in colorful costumes, and very large drum circles. This event is frequented by children and families with specific events presented for them by the event organizers. The festival is named in honor of Eeyore, a character in A. Milne's Winnie the Pooh stories. Okay. There's some pictures. Eeyore Statue of Liberty, frequently appearing near the drum circles. History. Eeyore's birthday party began in 1963 as a spring party and picnic before the beginning of Dead Week, hosted by Plan 2 students and faculty, and first led by Lloyd Birdwell, an English professor at the University of Texas at Austin. It was named for Eeyore, a chronically depressed monkey in a chronically depressed donkey in A. Milne's Winnie the Pooh stories. I read too fast, I know. Who, in one story, believes his friends have forgotten his birthday. His friends, right, have forgotten his birthday, only to discover they have planned a surprise party for him. Okay. Despite its name, the event does not fall on the official birthday of the fictional character. The original event featured a trash can full of lemonade, beer, honey sandwiches, a live flower-draped donkey, and a maypole in keeping with the event's proximity to May Day. For many years, the party was a UT tradition, but subsequently the annual birthday party became a tradition in Austin's hippie subculture. Okay. When the festival moved from Eastwoods Park to Pease District Park in 1974, Austin area nonprofit Friends of the Forest Foundation, an organization which distributes funds to other area charities, began arranging for food and drink vendors at the festival. They continue this task today, along with arranging public services, toilets, buses, security, medics, and scheduling live music and family-oriented games and contests. The event is still known to most as a festival oriented towards modern hippies. It now boasts an annual attendance in the thousands. 2020 was held online, as officials scrapped the physical party due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. So, that's what happened. The plague buried the party. Okay, one of the smaller drum circles at the 2005 Eeyore's birthday party is pictured here. Drum circles at the festival range in size from a handful of participants like this one to circles with hundreds of drummers and dancers. Drummers bring a wide variety of instruments from hand drums to kettle drums. What started as a small picnic for University of Texas at Austin students has today swelled to a major annual festival with live bands, non-profit vendors of food, drink, and local beers, as well as children's area complete with arts and crafts and carnival games, family-oriented games and contests such as costume contests and an egg toss. Attendance at the birthday party is free. Weather permitting, it occurs on the last Saturday in April in Pease District Park. A rain date is scheduled for the following weekend. Bright and diverse costumes are common. In keeping with the original traditions of the event, a live donkey and a maypole are always present. The event begins in in the late morning and continues until dusk. Food and drinks are sold on-site by local Austin 501c3 nonprofit groups. Purified water is available on-site for participants to fill their own containers. Due to the lack of parking in the area and the high attendance, the Friends of the Forest Foundation provides festive shuttle buses between state parking lots just north of the Capitol building and Peace Park. Singing of folk and road trip songs is encouraged on the short bus ride. Eeyore's birthday party is attended by people from a wide... Okay, now let me stop for a second here to just give you a perspective on what was going on here. They were shuttling the hippies in a retard bus to this event that was based on basically the worship of a depressed fictional donkey. Okay. I'm just not going to go any further. There's just hippies all over the place, and they're all being chumped. They're all being profiled as retards, right? You shuttle them there in a retard bus, so they can do this thing that they do, right? Okay. Eeyore's birthday party is attended by people from a wide variety of backgrounds and ages, some of whom may have been attending for decades. Austin hippie community still puts in a major appearance at the event, which they celebrate by forming large drum circles, which can sometimes contain hundreds of drummers and dancers in the large areas of the park not occupied by other events. Members of the deaf community like the drum circles because they can feel the vibrations. As of 2008, the event has also spread to Seattle's Cal Anderson Park. Okay. And, this was a great party. It really was. But it was, in my personal opinion, it was non-essential business because of the initial negative context of the initial concept of the party. Because it enables and propagates negativity, malice, defamation of character, social profiling. They're telling the hippies they're fucking retarded by shuttling them around in a short bus, right? And you can see it another way. You can say, okay, well, this was an annual protest event. They're protesting the whole concept of, liberty in America. It's just this depressed donkey, that they're constantly reinventing and celebrating, right? That's what was happening. And people would come there just to basically, view the hippies as like a spectacle, And the attendees would overlook that. They would dismiss that. No, we don't care. We don't care. We don't give a shit about that. Well, you should. You should. You should care about how you present yourself to the rest of the world, the rest of the universe, You shouldn't have to live in a state of self-loathing and self-defeat and all that sort of thing, and then just sweep it under the rug and pretend like that's not what's happening when it is. And somebody might disagree with me. A lot of people might disagree with me on that idea, on that sentiment, and say that I'm wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I am. And if I was wrong, would this have happened? Would Eeyore's birthday party have been canceled? Would I have had the power to put it in the fucking ground like this? Would I have had the power to ever have even done this if I was wrong? Okay, that's my argument. Now, let's see. Under references, we got a bunch of links here, external links. There's some more links there. Eeyore's birthday party official homepage. Let's click on that and see what's going on there. Okay, that is ridiculous. Okay. Put a bunch of birthday candles on top of Eeyore himself. Okay. Also, Eeyore's birthday party 2021 was canceled. And they're foreseeing the return of Eeyore's birthday party next year as the pandemic allows. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe it'll come back, but maybe some people will take this into context, that this occurred, and remember, the significance of this occurrence. It just gives them apparently a 2-year break to just stop for a whole minute and think about it. They have the option to do that. So I know the argument might be, look, if you don't like the fucking party, then you don't like the idea of the party or whatever, just don't go. Well, that's not it. I like the idea of, a drum circle that's that freaking big. It has hundreds of freaking drummers and all that. But there isn't any other party like that. Like, that's the only, big, huge drum circle in the city of Austin is this annual birthday party for Eeyore. And, it's just like, shamelessly unimaginative. I'm like looking at the archives, and YouTube about, parties in the past, Eeyore's birthday parties in the past, and I'm watching the people, and I'm like looking at how much fun they're having. They're all just standing in one place, shaking their shakers, and kind of got this look on their face like, yeah, having fun, like not really though, it's like, okay, so you get together with your friends and you have fun and you hit the drums if you have a drum, or you shake your shakers or do whatever you do, but like, what's it really about? What's it really about? What does it come down to? A fucking chronically depressed donkey? Can there be another party about something else? No, we can't have another party about something else because we got this. That's my argument, I want to fucking participate in a party that involves like hundreds of drummers and dancers. But I don't want to fucking celebrate Eeyore's birthday. I don't give a fuck about Eeyore. Or anything that's related to fucking Walt Disney at all. Don't fucking make a new one that's about like fucking Daffy Duck or something like that. Because I don't know that Daffy Duck isn't fucking Disney, he's in Warner Brothers, but whatever, don't make it about some fucking imaginary shit. Make a fucking party that's tangible, the full moons, that's a ceremonial thing, that's tangible. That full moon is fucking real. So far as I'm aware, I don't know, there's you can argue that the moon isn't real and all that. as I'm aware, the moon is real. It might not be what everybody thinks it is. It might not be a rocket. It could be a fucking spaceship, you know, whatever. It's been in orbit and around this planet for however long, you know, but still, it's there. I'm looking at it, and it's used in ceremonies and magic and all of that sort of thing. You know, you take the energy of the moon and you charge your crystals, and I mean, that's all tangible shit, you know? That's real. I can't charge my fucking crystals with fucking chronically depressed donkey, you know?